You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Fresh off the plane.
Solo.
With the album out, which we had to get you up here. We didn't know this was happening.
It comes out. It's not on now, right? Friday, right?
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't
Friday.
either. I
It's coming out
woke up.
Friday.
I just woke up to it. You know. I can't get Top on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
right.
A couple weeks ago, he hit you, though. He
You
was
could
like,
tweet him.
what's
He
up
tweeted
with
you.
that album? Go.
No, you know he like playing with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the real holdup was the mixing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my like files and little like important little details in my shit. You know them Picasso details and you know what I'm saying was missing from my joint. So it was real important for me to focus on the quality this time around. You know what I'm saying?
For the first time ever, TDE sent the album beforehand, before the artist came.
Shout out to Dave Free.
They
Dave
never
Free
do
sent
that.
the
They bring the
album,
artists that don't have the album, but they sent it to us.
which was a big deal because it is an album that nobody knew was coming out, so we got our hands on it early.
Got us to it
I didn't
early.
get to it until this morning, and I ain't gonna front. I can't get past track 4, which happens to be things of that nature. Cause you saying some real stuff on there that I just like people that provoke thought.
threatening nature.
Threatening
Yeah.
nature.
So you know what's significant about that record?
Talk to me.
That's an actual remake of Razzcast's Nature of the Threat.
That's why you give him the shout out on
Shout
it.
out
Okay,
to Razzcast,
got
you know what I'm saying? Off his first album, Soul on Ice, ironically. Classic
One of the
album.
most slept on
One of the
MCs
most
of all
slept on
time,
MCs.
Razzcast.
Carson in the House. You know what I'm saying?
He got to be top 5 lyricists from the West.
Oh, for sure. He's one of the four horsemen.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Razzcast, and I just wanted to, as you get to busting down the album, it's really a like a woman appreciation album.
Yeah, I
All
noticed
right,
that.
that's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, word. So I just kind of wanted to do it in a way. I wanted to kick it to the women like how we kick it. I wanted to talk to them like homies versus like serenading them necessarily.
But you did it differently on dog beats.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Not all of them, though.
Not, I mean,
What I heard
it's some
from
flavor.
YMF wasn't nice. I like that one.
Yeah, it's the gray area. This album is the gray area. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the silver lining.
I get the feeling you think God could possibly be a woman.
Yeah, that's the concept.
Okay.
The chicken came before the egg.
Yeah.
The thesis.
What made you come to that conclusion?
I just kind of just feel right now, I just been out, just paying attention to society, my peers and listening to the women. You dig what I'm saying? And like, I feel like we reaching this level of spirituality. Even like, I went to the strip club. I don't go to the strip club. I went to the strip club and shot one of my joints off of the album. And like, I'm on the record. I don't want to give it all the way. But
Which song?
What, Womanogamy?
Okay,
Have you heard that?
Womanogamy, yeah.
So I'm on there, I'm talking about like Nefertiti and Aphrodite and stuff. And so I got these half naked women coming up to me, thanking me like, thank you for like, speaking, I've never been able to dance to Aphrodite and Nefertiti. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all been so ignorant, half naked at that. You know what I'm saying?
Would those women approve of the strippers, though?
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I feel like they want to get into that.
Got you.
You know
got
what I'm saying? They got to do what they got to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Got
And
you.
we respect that, but they want to get into those conversations. That's what I feel like. So I just kind of wanted to, with this album, I'm conceptual.
Absolutely.
I like to get a concept and stick to it, but that's what really kind of turned me on about the concept.
I took a Bible in the strip club once in Columbia, South Carolina.
That's what
I took the Bible in the strip club and was holding the Bible up at all the strippers, making them touch it. Some of them was running.
But why did you
Is that
you
the
did
same
as
strip
a
It was
joke?
Christmas. I was like, I don't want y'all to forget the reason for the season.
Is that the same strip club you was picking the money back up off the floor?
That's ill though, because it's like that's the lust den.
It's a video online if I can find it.
That's
Wait, so
Oh my
did you
gosh.
preach to them or you just?
No, I was
You just gotta have it
I
present.
would just be like,
You gotta know.
So you ain't tip or nothing.
You gotta know.
He definitely didn't tip.
He had
Are you still-
he had the Bible in the lust den. You know what I'm saying? He was cross canceling shit out.
I
You know
keep
what I'm
mine on me now.
saying? Yeah.
I keep mine on me. Yeah. Come on now.
That's why he called him the God. You know what I'm saying? Church.
Are you still with your woman?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we still
So I'm sure that affects you too when you're doing your music. And
Yeah.
your-
And she.
You guys have been together for a minute.
Yeah, we've been together for a while, so
You changed her, by the way.
I mean,
She evolved a lot.
I'll let you tell it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? but you know, I feel like she, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she helped me out a lot too.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you're supposed to do. Help each other out a lot.
It's an exchange of power, you know. Relationship is exchange, exchange of power, and you know what I'm saying. So I feel like we, you know, me being from the West, her being from the East, she's Spanish. I'm the, you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of the clash of
You
culture.
moved out west, right? She stays out west now, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're working on that, but like, you know, I've been bi-coastal for, you know, pretty much the, you know, like since the last time I came and saw y'all. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now I got to talk about the first song, Raw, because you addressed some beef that you said Kendrick can't get his hands dirty, so he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
And you talked about Jay Electronica.
Yeah. Peace, God.
Now let's get back.
Mashallah.
So was it a conscious decision for Kendrick to say he's not gonna address this, and then you?
No,
were
that
like,
was a conscious decision for me to tell Kendrick not to address it. I immediately, like, you know, I felt like I had a spiritual relationship with Jay Electronica. I never really got to meet him in the flesh, but we had a lot of great conversations, like via text, and like I really he gave me a lot of good game that I'll keep between us or whatever, you know, and I looked at, you know, that's the Asiatic black God to me,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? And so for him, you know, when I seen that little Periscope thing, and, you know, Dot was going up for the Grammys, and I just really didn't like that. And, you know, we're really brothers, like, you know what I'm saying? We're really brothers. And Kendrick's album, it wasn't even about that. His album was about, like, you know, it was a real positive album, speaking on the issues that I feel Jay would want us to speak on.
right.
So for him to do that, you know, in the fashion that he did, I just had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to step in and say something, you know what I'm saying? And now he's apologized since then, so
Right.
I'm going to just say, you know, I did it for the same reason he did it. You dig what I'm saying? And
Just
if
to get your.
if the
you
God,
know-
if the God's align, you know what I'm saying, then it should be no issue, you know what I'm saying?
We had a lot
of
of discussions about the Pimp a Butterfly. Like, I love the idea of the album. I just don't know if I like the sound. Like, there's certain records I like more than others.
Yeah.
Like, I love We Gonna Be Alright. I love Blacker the Berry. But
right.
That
you
album
know,
to me is very uplifting though. Like
It
at
is.
certain times when I listen to it, like if I'm in the car, it makes me feel a certain kind of way that other music doesn't.
I just don't like. I didn't
It
like the
feels powerful.
sound.
it's like I was talking to Punch about it, and I just it's a hard listen for like it's a hard listen for, you know, maybe like the urban generation. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really come from like that era of those samples and like.
Not if you heard the
pre.
previous album, because I think people were expecting something else. And it was,
Yeah,
And that
he
happens to
really-
you too.
Yeah.
When people expect something from
And we
you.
like to do that,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we like to challenge ourselves,
Right.
You know, you got to, you know, whether you hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? I respect a great challenge all the time. So, I was very inspired by him doing that and like the science of it. You know, him running it through analog, the old school way, like the work that they put in, the science behind it. I respect that, and that's what I really wanted to do this time around. And so, like, my thing about, you know, I grew up in a record shop, so I'm familiar with a lot of the samples that he used. I sold them, you know what I'm saying? So I came up on a lot of that music, so I know he was trying to make an album that his mom and his dad would appreciate.
Hey, you grew up in a record shop. You one of them
his
young old
parents,
niggas?
his parents owned the record shop.
family owned record. Yeah, no, I had a
All right.
cradle in that
Got you.
motherfucker.
Word.
I had a cradle. I was working the night. I was working the single section.
Okay.
I was selling Hove maxi singles
Okay.
for $4.
What do you
I'm
think
saying?
about artists like not really knowing their history with music and hip hop?
That's my
like,
biggest issue. That's my biggest issue is because, you know, hip hop is intelligent movement. You know what I'm saying? I gotta enforce that. To be hip is to be intelligent. The hop is the movement. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, shout out to KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a large part of my intellect, you know what I'm saying, my vocabulary in general comes from hip hop, from listening to hip hop music, from listening to Nas, listening to Jay-Z, Eminem.
But you know, a lot of artists say that, but they always start at KRS, Nas, and Jay.
Yeah.
Like there was a whole.
You don't hear the youngins
others.
talking like that though. That's
Right.
why I like to hear that.
Right, that's what I'm
and you
saying.
had an advantage growing up in a record shop too.
Correct.
And I always say,
right.
like, you know, like, because I start with KRS, Nas, and Jay.
Right.
But before that,
Right.
the founders, I'm not really up on my older cousins, you
Right.
know, older family members. But it's hard to dive into that.
No, for sure, because of the time difference. So
Right.
it's like once I really got into hip hop, I had to go back and do the research.
They're doing a movie on the Sugar Hill Gang. They're doing a movie on Roxanne Shante. I think things like that help for people to listen to the music and go back and research it.
I think the kids need to know this history. I think it's important to know your roots or whatever, you know, the roots of music. I mean, you know, even in my album now, you know, a lot of the concepts are, you know, rock and roll. You know what I mean? I tried to dig deep into the origin of music, you know what I mean, and the influences of music, you know what I'm saying, too, as well. But me being a hip-hop artist, I got to make sure I keep that intelligent movement going. I think that's what a large part of High Power is about. You feel me?
Let's talk about some of them bars. You said we don't speak on sexism as much as we should.
We really should.
Do you think that's why Hillary didn't win the election?
Man.
You said, yeah.
You sure you want to have this
Of
convo?
course, let's do it.
I heard you talking about
See,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
It's in the music.
See, that go back to electronica.
Okay.
Gave me some good game about speaking up on these issues. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me?
Oh, he told you don't speak about it? See, I don't like that, though. I feel like hip-hop was always rebellious.
But it's iller
always
now.
focused mind.
But it's too much it's too much surveillance now.
So what?
I mean, hey, but look.
Listen,
look,
only Allah you should fit.
Well, church. But so I'm gonna kick it to you. I mean, I honestly feel like, you know, that was just, you know, my whole thing with the presidency is just the electoral college. I mean, you know, you could do your own research on that. I feel like kind of all of the powers that be got this shit lined up.
It's rigged,
rigged, basically. I mean, that's just how I felt.
I see some people are taking back their votes, too.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, too, like, I honestly thought it was going to be, like, wild. I thought, like, Hillary was going to get, like, the popular vote, like the people's vote by a grip, and then the electoral college will wipe it out, and everybody would go chaotic, but it was a fair fade. To be honest with you,
But she did win the popular vote.
She did win the popular vote.
She won the popular vote, yeah.
She
By
won
2.5
it,
But not by as
point,
much as you
but
thought.
I thought it was gonna be staggering. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, you know, like the little kids were in school voting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was big, and so I'm like, oh, this is one of them things where the people's gonna find out what's really going on. Like, this might be bad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad it was a fair fade. It was. She only was up by like 2.5.
So you think they never had a plan of putting
They
a
want some
woman in the White
recounts
House?
now, though.
I'm sure it was in consideration. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That they got the black man in there. That's considerable. You know what
Do you
I'm
think it was too much of a threat to white male authority to have 8 years of a black president than 4 of a woman?
saying? I mean, that's a conversation we could have. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was like, look, I'm trying to sell some records,
Right.
Charlotte. Like, I-
I'm saying, but look, I got to be politically correct with speaking about these things because it's like, you know, you feel me? I want to just make sure that, you know, don't take my word for it.
You don't have to be politically correct, though, because you're not a politician.
Kinda.
Gotcha.
Kind of a politician, kinda. You know what I'm saying? The politics is real here. But
Listen, this is my thing, right? You say you want to be politically correct, but you got a line that says the American flag was designed by
gosh.
fags.
I was like, ooh,
and I'm
you
quoting
can use that
Absol.
with all disrespect,
Yeah.
I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, explain
Yeah,
that.
I heard that.
On that one.
Give it to me. No,
I'm being politically
that was
correct.
politically correct.
I did clutch my
I
pearls.
think-
I did clutch my pearls.
Explain your line.
Because, you know, they take that word out of
With all
songs.
disrespect, I think the American flag was designed by fags.
So it was purposely meant to offend.
purposely.
Got you. Why?
But- like, wow.
But it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
So how'd you come to that conclusion? Like, what's gay about the American flag?
Oh, because the guy. because the line,
the red, white, and blue.
the line,
That sounds like a crazy
the
question.
line prior is we went from picking cotton for men in wigs and stockings
To
So
men wearing.
to liberation and renaissances.
Got you.
So I'm saying, like, the founding fathers of this company dressed like, or the country dressed like women. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they like knew the power of the beauty in the woman. Like, they wore like capris and stockings with nice cat. You know what I'm saying? With the wigs.
Men do it now, though.
We had a whole discussion about this.
Men do it now.
So things come back around.
What goes
Okay.
around, come
We
back
had a whole
around.
discussion about Mike Epps like not taking a picture with somebody who was openly gay, and you know they said that he was being harassed by this person throughout the show, and they were posing all crazy.
Right.
But does it matter to you, like, if somebody comes up to you, they're transgender?
I'm not homophobic at all. Do your own thing. But I was just that reference when I say, like, when I use the term fag instead of homosexual.
You can't say that word, man.
He's
People
trying
get
to be-
pissed off
he's
by
trying
that.
It rhymed with flag.
No.
That's all it boiled down to. It just rhymed with flag.
This guy is great.
But what do
But
you,
no,
what do you
no.
think about artists
It's
now
trying to
that,
get-
that dress
Right.
like women and the
I
clothes
mean-
are tighter and guys are wearing women's clothes?
I'm saying, like, you know, what goes around comes back around. I think, that's a large part of this concept. I think we're coming around to, a lot of guys are kind of feeling the power of the human. I mean of the woman.
Right.
Excuse me. Like the time of the divine feminine. Ain't that Mac album? John?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of them. I love women, but I don't want to be one.
Right. So I'm saying, like, we gotta find a medium. That's why I didn't want to serenade. I didn't want to serenade the woman with this album. I wanted to talk to him like how I would talk to the homies. You follow what I'm saying? Versus like, singing to him and like, oh, he cares about us. I wanted to talk to him like I would talk to, one of the homies about it. You feel what I'm saying? So,
By the way, that's very, very rare for artists from the West Coast because I said it.
Word.
I always had this conversation. The West Coast is what warped all of our minds when it comes to how we treat our women.
yeah.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Get on the knees, suck dick.
That's it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
might pay your rent.
Hey.
So that's for artists from the West Coast to say I want to empower women is like.
But you
rare.
Right.
you actually say that on the album so people don't get it misconstrued because
Correct.
you want to let them know I am not trying to put down women. I want to empower
This
women.
is empowering, and for it, they got to take a few. I got to take a few on the chin too. You know what I'm saying? Like, not pause.
Like even in old West Coast videos, like they'd rip the girl's top off, throw beer on her.
Oh yeah,
They
for
were
sure.
crazy back in the day.
They really
For
used to
sure,
do
but-
that.
man, they were crazy back
That was
then.
happening in Big
but
Pimpin'
these
videos
were,
too, though.
But I'm
No,
saying,
West Coast
pouring
was
up.
that was way old before.
but
Big
these
Pimpin'.
these were the highlights of the videos.
That's what you remember.
These what you remember.
The disrespect of the woman, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
You wanted to see her with her top off. You wanted to see that. Like we can't undermine that at all. So I just wanted to. That was the main
Right.
a focal point of the album. You know what I'm saying?
Now on Raw, you also addressed Troy Ave
Word,
as well.
word.
What's your relationship with Troy Ave?
I just didn't really like what he said
About Capital
Steez.
Steez.
That's it. That's my only issue with Troy. Nothing beyond that. You feel what I'm saying? And I know, he's probably had some time to dwell on that as well. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can move forward from that. You know what I'm saying? But that was Capital Steez really, the whole 47 gang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whole pro era. Those are my little homies, and we gonna ride. So.
I wonder how Troy feels. I text Troy the other day, but I wonder how he feels about that.
Yeah, cause
Like making jokes about that situation
Yeah,
and
'cause
then ending up in an unfortunate
yeah,
situation.
and it's tender to me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I had, you know what I'm saying, and that's a large part of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? We share, similar losses.
Oh,
what
you
I'm
had
saying?
somebody close to you as well.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm real touchy about that. And for somebody to speak on that in that manner,
Make a joke of it, right?
I could not handle that. So
You haven't smoked since, right? Have y'all smoked since? Or no? You and Troy?
Or
me
do
and
you know
Troy
him?
never really, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all never cool,
I
okay.
shook I shook his hand one time at a I want to say like a powerhouse. I met him. I want to say something like that. But we never really kind of like busted down or whatever.
Right.
But it's love though. It's peace.
Why'd you decide to reveal your eyes on the cover of this album? Because you always got the shades on. You got them
I
on
mean,
now.
well, I can't handle the flash. So that was the biggest thing. or whatever. So we took like hours trying to get them open. You can imagine, it was crazy. But,
Right.
Dave, he felt like that's something that just was missing from my story. Like if you type in my name on Google, if you type in Ab-Soul, one of the searches is gonna be eyes. You know what I'm saying? They want to see my eyes, so we just tried to really capture it if we could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Is that part of the marketing plan? Like, listen, we need you to be more politically correct and show your eyes.
Hey, shit. Hey,
It's just revealing more of yourself. I would
hey, you feel me? Ladies think it's sexy. You know what I mean? So it worked out. You know what I'm saying?
You got a great perspective about Adam and Eve too,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
because you was like, what fun would Adam have had if he hadn't sinned? And that's it's true. It's like all the great things we like to do in life are sinful.
I can't knock it, bro. So I just, this album is to raise these type of questions, bro. Just to get people's, both sides of your brain working, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what hip hop did for me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what hip hop did for me. So I want to keep that going. I got to keep that going.
What do
And
you
there's
study?
16 songs on this album too. So
Everything, bro.
What do you mean everything?
Because I know you're not religious, you're a spiritual person. So like, what do you read? What do you take?
I listen. I just listen to it all, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm big on theology, of course. You know what I'm saying, and just I try to get back to the root of things. You know what I'm saying, to the origin of man, and the purpose of mankind, and where we need to go, and what foot forward we need to be taking. You feel what I'm saying? That's just
Who's your biggest OG? Who gives you the most gems?
I mean, I really, I gotta listen more so the audio book.
Oh,
word. You feel what I'm saying?
So you're not legally blind or nothing, right?
Yeah, technically, like in my left, in my left eye, I'm legally blind. But you know what I'm saying?
You're ass. He's an ass. Who is your biggest OG that give you the most gems? Because you talk about Jay Electronica and some of the gems he's giving you.
I mean, Hov is my favorite, and you know that. But, Jay Electronica is very big inspiration of mine. You feel what I'm saying? And
does he know that you're gonna have any address to him on your album?
Does he know you gave him
he
bars?
He heard it. Oh, he heard it.
Yeah, he heard it. I did it live.
What you mean live?
I did it live at Steve's Day. You feel what
he
I'm
was
saying?
there?
No, he wasn't there. I'm just saying I did it live on stage for Steve's Day.
Did he say anything to you?
He didn't respond back.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? It was just because I
know
he know.
Did he? Yeah.
He ain't talked to me since then, but I know he know. And when he went on and said thank you, I mean, when he went on and apologized after that, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was like, okay, I see what's going on. So
You said something else too, like Genesis was the beginning of ISIS. I'm paraphrasing, but
yeah, Genesis is it really means the genealogy of ISIS.
So you saying all of this was planned from the beginning?
The Bible, kind of like with all due respect, I just feel like the Bible is like the Disney Channel version of the actual story.
Absolutely, if it's the story at all.
If it's the story at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like Pocahontas is one of my favorite Disney movies. That ain't exactly how it went down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not exactly how it went down, but it was a beautiful story. You know what I'm saying? So.
Did Dr. Dre produce on this album? I know there were rumors.
Nah, yeah. I was just I was working out of Interscope Heavy this time, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people probably got that, got an idea from that, but you know what I'm saying?
So you're the 5th album that's out on TDE this year, and it's supposed to be 6. So we assume that after your album, SZA's album is coming.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Her project is sounding pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? I needed to get up out of her way.
Yeah, I saw you and Top Dog going back and forth too about how you didn't get the album mix and he was just waiting on you, and then
it's like it was awkward too, because I be so ready. I seen you was calling me disgruntled. My mama called me disgruntled. That was funny to me. So I like I said, I was really this project. I was really focused on the science. I wanted to make sure that the mixing was right. I respect the technology and what people is doing with that, and taking the time out to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, everything is done sonically and smooth. So that was like the biggest thing, and me and Ali were just kind of bumping heads with that. And I was working with my other engineer, Josh Bird, and we were just kind of clashing heads, just making sure we had all of the missing pieces and stuff. So that was really the hold up or whatever. It wasn't Top. Don't blame Top. You know what I mean? He gave me the green light. Well,
because everybody was mad at him.
Yeah, everybody was mad at him. Leave Top alone. And it was just a matter of me just making sure that the quality was correct. Because, like I said, To Pimp a Butterfly, I feel like that how they put that album together sonically, just the sound. If you listen to it sonically, the warm sound that it has, how they ran it, I had a responsibility to deliver in at least the same fashion.
And you going head up with J. Cole? You care about stuff like album sales?
Cole. Yeah, no, I don't care about that type of stuff. Cole's my man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we kind of met up,
It's gonna be a good day for music. Yasin Bey also has an album coming out too that day. So I like when a lot of great albums come out on the same day, because it gives you a lot to do over the weekend.
Exactly.
I like the albums come out on Fridays now.
Yeah, that's dope.
Because that gives you the weekend to
I love the holiday season because I'm off. I can listen to music.
Right. Right.
You got a feature on the Kendrick Cole album?
I can't speak on that. I wish I could. What you think?
I would hope Black Hippie's on the Kendrick Cole album.
Probably not Black Hippie, but you know what I'm saying.
You got a feature.
Solo.
You think that's gonna come anytime?
I'm saying these guys, man. They move like the mob, man. You never know with these guys.
How many songs they got in?
I don't know too much about it.
He's really
I just
trying to
hope
get.
they use my verse. they just need to use my verse.
But there is a Kendrick Cole album.
There's a Kendrick. They got it. You know what I'm saying? They got something in the works. They've been working on that motherfucker for a while.
Wow.
And then the Black Hippie album.
Oh, that ain't. Man.
It's never gonna happen.
Don't even worry about that.
That ain't even happening, huh?
About that.
I always thought that was the plan from the very beginning. I don't know whatever happens.
No, we just playing around with that. We just trying to, when we do that, that's got to be like the most historical album, ever. You feel what I'm saying? It's got to be the most historical group album ever. So.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Kendrick and Cole is a lot of pressure too, though. That got to be.
I want to see that happen. You know what I mean? But I just think
heard it. Stop it.
I'm saying, but these guys, bro, they'll have something today. You come back next week and they got, you know what I'm saying? They done bought Cardo, got Wangs in here and Dahi, and I'm just like, what happened to Soundwave? What's up? So I just sit back and just observe.
You had 16 songs on your album, so was it hard to narrow? How many songs? Like you narrow it down to 16 songs. That means how many songs did you actually record?
Man. I had to record at least 30 to 40 records for this album, to where a lot of the songs are 2-part songs. Mm-hmm. But I spent a great deal with it. I jumbled between three albums, trying to come up with this one. You know what I'm saying? So this is the one that kind of stuck with me. It stuck home. It felt right. You know what I'm saying? I love my mama. You know what I'm saying? It's a big part of that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get to the root of this shit, man.
Well, the album comes out this Friday.
Do what thou wilt.
Do what thou wilt.
And we appreciate you joining us.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.